Hello, this is Alex from MyPhotoEssential.com, and today I'd like to do a review of the Manfrotto Pro Backpack line. I will focus on Manfrotto Pro Backpack 20, since that's the backpack I have purchased a while ago and have plenty of time to test out on the field and during my travels. There are two other backpacks in the series, the 30 and the 50. They're all very similar to each other. The 30 is deeper than 20, so it can accommodate a pro body style camera, or a camera with a better grip attached. The 50 is just one row taller than 30, so you can bring even more stuff with you. I went with the smallest one because I like to force myself to bring just the essentials on a shoot. Plus, I often have assistants with me, so we can always bring a bigger bag if needed. This size is also small enough that you can put the bag under your airplane seat. If you're traveling in a regional plane and the flight is overbooked, that's just a lifesaver. That's definitely better than having to check the bag and hope for the best. Alright, let's talk design now. I think design is one of the best things this bag has going on for it. It looks sleek, stylish, and elegant. You can just tell it was designed by Italians. And to the untrained eye, it doesn't even look like a camera bag. It's simple and sexy at the same time. And the red accent color gives it just enough splash to make me want to admire it. It's also surprisingly built very well and sturdy. The front panel of the bag, the one that opens up, actually feels like it's made out of tough plastic. Manfrotto has a marketing term for it, it's called Exo Tough Construction, but in reality I do think it provides a good protection for my gear. I actually had the bag fall from about 5-foot drop, and all my gear was intact and undamaged, except for a memory card that by sheer luck cracked, but that had nothing to do with the construction of a bag. It was completely my fault that I had actually put it together with a battery and didn't have it in a protective case. Anyway, the backpack, the back of it has a comfortable feel to it, and so do the straps. The handle on top, though, feels a bit cheap when I compare it to other handles, such as my Tamron bag. There are also two clips on each side of a strap, one of each strap, that attach to the bag, and having them there is a nice little touch. It really makes a big difference and makes the backpack feel more comfortable on my back. The 4 rubber legs on the bottom help the bag stand straight even when it's full of gear, so I never have to lay it down if I don't want to. Another nice touch is a strap on the bag that lets you put the backpack over the handle of a rolling case, so it's super easy and comfortable to roll around when you travel. And this bag also lets you attach 2 tripods, one on the back and the other one on the side. So what do I typically have in my bag? Well, let's open it up and see. I have my 5D Mark II connected to 24-70 L lens. Then I have my 50mm lens, 1.2, my 35, 1.4, my pocket wizards, a couple of speed lights, of course my GoPro, as always. These flaps on the sides, as you can see, can be easily accessed even if the bag is not fully open. So even if you open it from the top, you can still access things like speed lights and an additional lens. And the pads in the middle, as you can see, are well reinforced. They're much thicker than the smaller pads are. And finally, I have my 135 f2L lens with me here. There's also 2 small spaces on the side, one a little bit large enough to fit a filter or something of that size, and there's an iPad pocket as well. As well as another small pocket on the top that can fit a memory card or a small battery. If you are in a hurry and need to shoot quickly, you can always just put your bag down and open up the top portion of the bag where you'll be able to take out your camera really easily. In case of a heavy rain, Manfrotto provides a cover for your bag. It's big enough that it can fit a tripod if you have one attached. Simply take it out of your bag or wherever you store the cover and pull it over the entire bag. It's that simple. It takes 5 seconds and it will make sure your gear doesn't get wet. I've had the chance to test it out in the jungle and it worked flawlessly. However, the only downside to this is that the cover takes up one of the larger pockets, leaving you with just one left on the other side. So if you're bringing additional stuff with you, make sure you bring another bag. When you are ready to attach a tripod to your bag, just pull down on this little flap at the bottom, which will take out this pocket. Then pull out the loops. In this video I'm taking out 2 loops, but in reality there are 4. You don't have to take out all 4 of them, it's really up to you. Then just pull your tripod into the bag. Then take out the straps that came with the bag. There are, I think, 3 or 4 straps that came with the bag, and attach them through the loops over the tripod and fasten them tight. And there you go. You have your tripod attached and secured. You can also attach a small tripod on one of the sides. You can do this by placing the tripod in a large pocket and fastening it with a provided belt. However, you do lose another pocket, so if you carry a rain cover and a tripod on the side, you don't have the 2 large pockets available to you. And that's a big problem if you carry more than just a camera and a lens, since this bag doesn't have basically any more pockets. So is this bag practical? The answer is yes and no, depending on what you want to do with it. It does lack pockets. It only has 2 large pockets, which are usually fitted with stuff that the bag itself needs, like a rain cover and the straps. And it has 2 small pockets which barely fit memory cards. It does have a pocket for an iPad, and it does have a dedicated pocket for a 13-inch laptop. However, that's it for pockets. So if you usually typically like to bring more stuff with you on a shoot, this bag is probably not for you. But if it's enough to just bring a couple of lenses and a main body to a small shoot somewhere in a city, or just a quick shoot in a studio, I think this bag is a really good choice. I personally like using it, and I did use it in my travels, and it was just fine. I really liked the way it performed, didn't have any problems with it, and it's just a well-made, beautiful backpack. I hope you enjoyed this video review, and be sure to check out Manfrotto Central for more reviews, interviews, articles, and tutorials. Thanks for watching. There's one note that I need to mention. I did physically remove the straps that connected to my waist, because I typically find them really awkward, and all they end up doing is just dragging on the ground since I never use them. So I physically cut them out of the backpack, and they're not present in this video.